Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. Whoa. Oh yeah, I gotta turn. I gotta pause my sync. Actually, I gotta shut my stuff down. No, I do not want to restart my computer now. Thank you very much, though, computer. Thank you, computer. No, thank you, computer. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday Live. Frankie J's mama party's here. Good to see you, Brenda Bell. Good to see you, Nikki. Hello. Zool, good to see you there as well. We're going through some system scanning, trying to make sure I don't have anything that's going to clog us up today. Tell you what. Roz in Glasgow, Scotland. Hello. Look, Bear today, who is sitting about 10 feet away. He's in the house today as a special guest, is here. Shannon, hello. Muzan, ciao, hello. Dread Zone. Raphael, there you go. Only because you're a bit of a hothead. There you go. Do you remember the curse word that Raphael said in like the first Ninja Turtles movie? And how, like, as a kid, we were like, oh my God. Heather, good to see you. NH, good to see you there. Jenny Rardon, it's your first live. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Jennifer, hello. Good to see you. Cinnamon Bun Fox, hello. Alex Farrow. I am doing okay. Thank you. I'm doing all right. I'm surviving. Definitely survived. Candy Thunder is in chat. Hopefully sitting on a beach right now. Hey there, Tater. Everybody, lightning bolts for Candy Thunder here. We are missing her greatly this week. Nikki, you set an alarm for the live? There you go. There you go. Witchy woman, you're here for the start? Heck yeah, you're going to get the whole show. Amber says Michelangelo. Gotta love the fun-loving Mikey, right? Brand from Kansas, good to see you there. Sasha Sampson, hello. Lisa, didn't get your text today. Great, cool. We're working on it. We're working on getting that fixed up. Faye in Ireland, good to see you. Ruchi, where's Luna? Luna's around. Junie Bear. Luna, come here. Junie, come here. Yeah, getting her on camera might prove to be a little bit more challenging. Junie, come here. Come here. Come here. Looky. Luna. I don't even know where she is right now. She's slinking around. We'll find her. We'll get her up here. Dean. Belgian living in America. Happy to have you here, man. That's awesome. Kathy Joe, happy Wednesday. You're in Ohio. Heck yeah, Candy Thunder. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Greatly appreciate that. Still helping us out even though she's not here. Dylan, you had to shut down the Kelsey Brothers podcast. Travis was wearing a John Mayer shirt. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing, man? Andrew, good to see you, man. Mama Ranger, is there really only one favorite? All of them, of course. There you go. That's Splinter. Let's go with Splinter. Danny wasn't a super big on the Ninja Turtles. Oh, we actually discussed it when we were talking about QOD. It was Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers, and we landed on Ninja Turtles. Sigurdur, hello. It's good to see you. Work has had you very busy. Well, I'm glad that you made time for us today. Doodles Dragon, got an whole phone to work. There you go. Bypassing the lane. Won't let you like the live? Well, that's garbage. I'm sorry. If you have any issues with TikTok today, you might try backing out of the app and then jumping back in. Emily from Aberdeen, Scotland. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate that. I'm already way behind here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Frankie J's mama sharing. C and Son with the share as well. Ta, TH. Lisa Eldridge. Thank you guys so much for the shares here. Emily Louise sharing as well. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. Also, Angel with the Heartbeat, TLS, Piotr, Janine, JL85, Piotr again, Frankie J's mama again, Fane, Honey Bear, Miles Griffith. Thank you, brother. You're sitting 10 feet away as well. Goober, TLS, Thomas, Miles Griffith again, JP, Mary, Janine, Candy Thunder sending the lightning bolts over. Thank you, Tater. CJ, Jennifer, Sigurdur, Nikki Hughes, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. We are starting off with a goal of 2K lightning bolts to get Tony Spark up here. Not Ted, Tony Spark. I think the effects of Ted have finally, about this time in the week, worn off. Finally, right? Only to be spooled back up again this coming weekend. Tony Spark, is that right? Or is Ted taking a break for a minute? Ted what? Ted might need a little break. Kelly Cat, Ro Odell, thank you guys for the shares. Greatly appreciate that. Miss Sass, Angel, Texas Tornado, Shayla, Kate, Cat Black, Jasmine Thomas, Maddie DG, thank you guys for the share as well. Jamie Ruth, Heidi, Angel, Shayla, Amy Tweedy, Faith, Crystal Museum Girl, thank you so much for the shares. Greatly appreciate that, guys. How am I doing without candy, Piotr? I'm surviving. Just checking the boxes, man. Just checking the boxes. Annan Bracker gives us a good note here. If you're still having problems with TikTok, check to make sure that your app and or phone is up to date. That's a good idea. Sandy, Piotr, thank you guys for the shares. Greatly appreciate that. Neshe, Lisa Gris as well. Rika, thank you guys so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Favorite Ninja Turtle is up for debate today. Brandy in Germany, good to see you here. Christy Miller says Michelangelo. Gotta love Mikey. Oh, okay. I was like, where's the Donatello love? Where's the Leo love? Keisha Ringland, Donatello. There you go. Full on fall mode. Yeah, I've got my thin jacket here. I'm also rocking all my yellows. You can't see my shoes, and I can't get my leg this high, but I'm rocking the yellow on the shoes here too. There's some Leo love. Gotta love Leo, right? Gots to. It's got the two badass swords. I mean, come on. Connor almost named your cat Leonardo. There you go. K Crush, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Dusty Turtle is your favorite. Trinkle says. I think he was probably an asshole. Gold now. Good to see you there, Chris. Thank you. Now my migraine headache that I had for the Sunday Night Live has subsided at least a bit. Now it's just like a muscular thing. I'm just rocking the glasses now because it's like my symbol of the lives, of the content that was created when Candy Thunder wasn't around. Now when we look back on these videos, I'll be able to be like, oh yeah, that was it. That was it. Ever you were more of a Power Rangers type? I was both. Wicked Winnie, you got the invitation? Heck yeah, there you go. Leonardo DiCaprio. There you go. Robbie, drink some salt water. Oh, for the tension headache? That's not a bad idea. Doodles Dragon, thank you so much for the share. Greatly appreciate that. Grice, not Grease. Got it. Lisa Grice. Got it. I don't know why I have to say it like that. Grice. Hey, we're at 50% already for our Lightning Bolts goal to get Tony Spark up here. Janine, thank you. Greatly appreciate that. Sandy McKenzie, love my boy's Nirvana shirt. Kelly, I can't promise that I won't make you cry because I don't know what the stories are today. However, looking at the title list, I think we're probably okay. Are there any tear-worthy stories today? Anything like the one that posted today? Okay, no. Okay, so we may get angry, but not like emotional tearing up. Maybe just angry. Maybe angry. That probably won't be hard to do today. All right, I'm going to flip over to face mode here and let's get this party started. Hey, coming up, we have stories about angry bartenders, jackpot winnings drama, sister-in-law wedding drama, offensive bosses, a spicy reward story or two.
Good. Great.
A great spicy reward story and all the latest cake stories, of course. Stay tuned because one of these stories might just be about you. We want to know who your favorite Ninja Turtle is and when that confetti is back up and we're talking about that. Please let us know. That's our QOD for today. First goal, of course, today is 2K lightning bolts to get Tony Spark up here, and we're fast approaching that right now. Today's like goal is 600K, and there's also a TikTok subscriber competition going on right now, and we would love for you to help us win that. Our goal for today is 525. We are at 496 right now. We can do this. William Counterman just subscribed and became a member of the Storm for the very first frickin' time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here, and good timing with that as well. Mama Ranger Gigs, Mexican Word Salad, BTLS Jill, Jamie Ruth Honeybear, TLS Fane, Carol, Heidi, Ashling, Mama Ranger, Kelly McMillan, Ashling, Piotr Neshe, K Crush, William, Jenny, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Zool, I see you up there as well. Ashley, Chelsea Stevens, Jenny Rarden, Armin, Armaniacal, there you go. Sigurdor, you as well. Christian Museum Girl saw you up there too. Coldrith, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love here today. Thunder and Spark episode 3 podcast came out this past Sunday. I hope you've had a chance to watch it, and if you have, let us know what your favorite part is. Also, Thunder and Spark swag is out now in the swag shop, and it looks pretty freaking cool. We set the ink for the art to use metallic ink on most of it. So there's a lot of like gold metallic, but you can change the ink color on those shirts in the swag shop as well. I already mixing words up. I started editing the podcast with James with Beer Today, who is here today. Started editing the rough cut of that last night while working from home. And right off the rip, in the very freaking beginning of that podcast, I introduced him as Bearded Thunder. And didn't know until I started editing like almost a week later. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Yeah, he thought I did it on purpose. I was like, nope, my brain is just garbage right now. I'm sorry. Sue Becca, subscribe to become a member of the Storm for the very first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Hope to see many more of those today. Thunder and Spark swag. Go check it out. It is stinking cool. Also, make sure you hit up our link tree, which is linked in the bio, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are doing monthly YouTube member exclusive lives. Plus, we have weekly member exclusive content. A couple of member exclusive stories got posted today, as a matter of fact. And one other note on that. One of the things we've been having trouble carving out time to do is to write stories to fall asleep to for me to record. So if you guys have a creative writing that you've done that you would like to give us permission to use as a story to fall asleep to, please go ahead and send that in using the format dusty-thunder.com, where it's the submit your story. Submit it there. We would love to use and to have your stories to be able to use for those stories to fall asleep to. That would be awesome. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, we have this back today. Wheel of Thunder is back again, and once again we have the sticker pack that we'll be spinning for during the VIP live, but we also again have a signed Ask on Scale poster. That's a 24 by 36 signed by the whole team here. So yes, you definitely want to be a part of that. The top 10 gifters from today's stream, plus 2 new members of the Storm and 2 existing members of the Storm, will go on the wheel. We'll spin it during the VIP live, and those will be our winners. Jazz with us for month 3 as a member of the Storm. Heck yes. Betty Boop, Monica Snake, Zool, Betty Boop again, Piotr Armaniacal, Monica, William Kazerman, Chris. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Remember always, do not feel obligated or pressured to gift during this stream. The gift goals and rewards are all for fun. We appreciate every like, every share, every comment, every repost, every stitch, everything you guys do to help us get our content out there. We greatly appreciate that, and that means more than anything. Those of you who do gift, we greatly appreciate that as well. But never want you to cause yourself harm in doing so. So thank you so much. One almost last note before we get started here today. It's been a great topic of discussion here lately. If you have read or heard one of the stories that we cover today, please be polite and avoid spoilers in chat for those who haven't heard it. If we keep seeing spoilers being posted, we will be muting those people who are spoiling until the story is over. Be a DFHB, not a spoiler, please. Thank you. All right, you guys ready to get rocking and rolling here? Oh, we are almost there. We're almost to the freaking gift goal, guys. Mama Ranger, Elance, Zool, Emily Louise, Quack in 1992. Thank you guys so much. Frankie J's mama, thank you so much for the share. Sandy McKenzie, you as well. Greatly appreciate it. Anne says, can you increase the character limit on the upload form? Shaner, that's a question for you. Our story submission form on Dusty Thunder. Can we see if there's a way to upload or increase the character limit on that? On the form for the submit your story form. We'll check it out. We will check it out. Another way that you can do that, if you want to write it in like a Google Doc, make sure that you share at least a viewable link for that to us through that form. That would work too, and then you don't have the character limit to worry about. So that would be good as well. Hey, live goal achieved. Let's celebrate that real quick. And we'll get some QD conversation going on here. And we'll bring Tony Spark up before we even dive into our first story. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Short Arse 07. That's a great name to start with. Mama Ranger, Death Skull 0215, TLS Journey, Nashe, Josh Gaming, Jenny Sue, Bo Blaze. We've got Tailco, T Hef, Dylan Sprague, Piotr, Siri 79 Iceland, Jennifer Lynn, Zool, Candy Thunder. Love you, Tater. Miss the hell out of you. K Crush, Pam K, Fane, Sir Gotham Knight, that's Angel, Kelly McMillan, Giggs, we've got Gretchen, Vicky Ann, Angela, Spiritual, we've got Chelsea Stevens, Nikki, Snowman Collector, Mexican Word Salad, Miles Griff, Helena, we've got Coldrith Curtin, Twinkle Saz, Jenny Rarden, Jamie Ruth, Christian Museum Girl, Monica Snake, Armaniacal, NB the G, Artist Diana 2, H Molero 1, Mom 12661, Emma Parrish, and Jenica. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. Let me get the other one set up here, and then we'll get Tony Spark up in the house. I said that like the Baptist preacher, like, in the house. That's one of the conversations we had during the podcast one. It's teenage girls and Baptist preachers add an to the end of the words that they really want to emphasize, right? Yeah. Yes. And stop. It's added to the end. All right, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Okay, let me get this next one set up. What are we unlocking? We're unlocking a cake story and bearded A for feedback. Heck yeah. Okay, so we've got donuts, 450 of them. We'll unlock a cake story, and Bearded A will join us to give feedback on the story. So, heck yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incomparable, unless Ted has taken over, Tony Spark.
Intro was a bit much.
You deserve it.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Oh, thank you, B. Appreciate that. Hey, happy birthday, Amanda. Home with COVID. Oh, that's not good. Miss Candy is on a little vacation this week. She's on a little girls trip, having some fun in the sun, hopefully. Did you guys all go watch Thunder and Spark yet? If not, why have you not watched it yet? I would say stop what you're doing right now and go watch it, but watch Dusty first. He might get upset. Yeah, watch this first. I agree, Emily. Watch this first, and then as soon as this is over, then you can go watch Thunder and Spark and check it out. Ro asked, what's up with Tony Stank from Josh? Is Josh in here somewhere?
Oh, he's got to be.
He's got to be if somebody saw that. Oh, that's just our good friend Josh.
Someone's T-Stank up there.
Probably Josh. Yeah, it's believe it or not, he likes to give me a hard time, which is crazy. I don't know why anybody would do that. But yeah, he Tony Stank is his go-to for that.
Oh, how do you feel about Travis being out last game?
It's all right. It happens. It sucked, but be all right. I feel like he'll be back this week, hopefully.
Angel, don't do it! Said she's logging off to go watch Thunder and Spark.
I said to watch Thunder and Spark after. We wouldn't want to upset Dusty. Yeah. Tony Stank. That's exactly why he does it, is because of the whole Stan Lee thing from the Marvel movies. The Tony Stank. He thinks it's very funny. Josh thinks he's very funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's on my watch list. It better be at the top of the watch list, Gemma.
Oh,
it better be at the top.
About the TED content that's coming.
Yeah. I think Caden started working on today. So the last Thursday was truly a video documentary of the day in the life of Ted at the Chiefs game. And Dusty got to experience Ted. And yeah, it was It was funny. I've never seen the progression of Tony turning into Ted on video before, and it's pretty funny actually. So I did post I guess semi Ted content related video on my TikTok this last week or the other day, a couple days ago. So it was a long weekend for Ted. So we had the Chiefs game on Thursday and then NASCAR Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was a long weekend. How do I become a member on YouTube? It's on.
So
I did it on desktop.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's easier on desktop or on your phone.
you should just be able to go to the channel and there should be a join button.
That guy hollering we're at the Chiefs game. Yeah, I was probably the only one. Hi.
This was Ted during the last 2 quarters of the game. Jesus,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's just over and over.
Luckily,
He was very happy.
there's not a lot of footage of Ted in the fourth quarter, which is probably good. 'Cause Ted was not thrilled at the end of that game.
He was just done.
It's all right.
He was just done.
It's all right. That was 2 drink Ted. Angry Ted was 2 drink Ted at the end of that. But anyway, all right. I'll let him read his story now. Bye, guys.
Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. The TED content is going to be epic. I was there to witness and film a good portion of it, and it is going to be epic. Sandy McKenzie, you can submit a story directly to us at dusty-thunder.com. There's a form there for you to submit your story on. We also have the Dusty Thunder subreddit where our community can chime in. Only a small portion of the stories that are submitted actually get plucked to be stories to be read on these lives. So submitting it on the Dusty Thunder subreddit is the quickest way to get engagement on it, but and it'll get on our radar either way. If you don't want anyone else to be able to chime in on it, then yes, submit it directly to us at dusty-thunder.com. Smiley, the Chiefs did not win the game. Detroit won the game. And I foolishly said on a story where I was talking about being at the Chiefs game that if we lost to Detroit, I would post a video of myself watching myself cry in the mirror. And we lost. So the next day I had to film a video watching myself cry in the mirror and post it because I'm a man of my word. So done did it. Pam, no, not cold. It's actually, it's 70s. It's like upper 70s here right now, which is nice because it was like 100 something degrees. So, yeah, it's nice here. It's nice. I'm a fan. Texas Tornado looks like Beer Today is already Decor Dusty. Yeah, the blue one. Well, actually, so the little one down low was like an Amazon find. The blue one is from a place called like Cloud Room, I think, or Room Cloud or something, or Cloud Lamp or something like that. But however, I talk about this a lot. I paid more than I should have for that thing, and I strongly advocate to just make one because that is nothing but a Chinese lantern with cotton glued to it and like a Govee LED strip inside. And that is legitimately it. You can make it for $30. I would strongly recommend doing that. But it is cool. It is cool. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get our story started here. We are at 144 or 450 of our donuts. And to start us off today, our VIPs last week ended up hitting the goal that we had carry over from the public live into the VIP live, and they unlocked the spicy reward story for you. So we get to start another live with a story that they unlocked. So here is that story. This one is titled, "Am I the astronaut for blowing up at my husband for messing with my alarm and causing me to miss my exam? I, female 23, have been married to my husband, male 26, for a year. I'm in my last year of university and have been so busy for the last 2 weeks, with many projects and finals looming. My husband complains about seeing me studying and not doing activities together or hanging out with friends anymore. I've told him it's not going to last forever and that I need to focus because this is my last year and it's been the hardest. The day before the exam, he wanted me to go with him to a friend's birthday party. I refused because I was busy preparing for my exam. He pleaded with me saying, "It's just 1 hour," and talked about how his friends will be upset if I'm not there. I said no and shut down any further discussions. He got upset and called me selfish and inconsiderate, but then dropped it. Before I went to bed, I set my alarm clock like I always do since I'm a heavy sleeper, and I stayed up late studying. The next morning, I woke up at 9 a.m. I literally freaked out and checked my alarm and found that it was set to go off at 9:30 a.m. I had no idea how this happened until my husband told me he did this to repay me for refusing to take one hour to attend the party, so he took this hour from my time. Okay. Two things here real quick before we keep going. We're going to go red flag mode, which they're just not going to work right now, which is cool. Yeah, that's a good start. That's good. That's a good start right there. And we get the Brozo sound, but we're not seeing the Brozo animation. So that's excellent. Let me try something real quick. I can't shut down OBS and restart it, but that just makes me sad. Okay. Well, that's the way that is today. We'll have to just remember and visualize all the animations. We'll be adding animations in post here. That was the Brozo animation. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely blew up at him, just yelling and screaming at him left and right. He just stood there shocked from my reaction and my rage. I got dressed quickly and rushed to the university. They didn't let me into the exam hall. I got into a lot of hassle to get them to reschedule the exam, especially since I had no legit reason as to why I was late. It was awful, is all I can say. I went home and my husband and I stopped speaking to each other. He kept asking as if I hurt his feelings. Acting, not asking. Words are hard. He kept acting as if I hurt his feelings and traumatized him by yelling, and that I deserve what he did since he was frustrated with my continual refusal to attend all events for the past 2 weeks. I might be wrong for not considering it, but I think that my exam should be a priority, and his way of teaching me a lesson was not right. So the original question here was, am I the astronaut for blowing up at my husband for messing with my alarm and causing me to miss my exam? Hell no. This is an NTA animation, although you're not going to see it, but NTA. Garbage, dude. Okay. And yeah, I'd like to reinforce that Brozo with another Brozo because, OP, you are acting responsible here. He didn't want you to be responsible. He wasn't thinking about the long game here. He wasn't thinking about the ramifications of failing this exam or not being there for it. He wanted you to just go have fun with him instead. I think this is a larger red flag that you have to look at as a signal for the rest of your life, because someone who wants to shirk responsibility, even when it's the biggest exam of your educational career, to go party for one night, probably isn't going to be a super responsible life partner. You know what I mean? Not going to be a great life partner. Dude needs to grow up. You get NTA for this. He's on Ask on One. This was a terrible, terrible thing to do to you. Terrible thing. We'll take him to Ask on One. We'll get our pink lights. At least we get that. We get our light changes in the background. It's a big sign for things to come. Cosmic Unikitty. Yeah, this is someone who's willing to sabotage you like this and not take any responsibility themselves, victimize themselves for getting in trouble for the bullshit that they pulled. I think you've got to look at this and say, in the next chapter of my life, is this the person that I see with me? Oh shit, you're married. For a year. Year one's hard. Year one's really hard. But man, this is not okay. So I think what you can do at this point, because you're married, is say, look, this is a hard boundary that you will not cross again. And if you can't guarantee that right now, and you can't suck it up and you can't be responsible, then we have to look at what the options here for going separate ways. Otherwise, you're accepting a shit ton of risk moving forward with your life. What happens when you have a giant presentation at work the next day that you have to prepare for, and he's like, oh, I want you to come party. And you're like, nah, I'd rather keep my job or get this promotion or whatever. And he can't think about the big 30,000 foot view. He can't think about the big picture. He just wants to have fun.
26. Yeah, it's 26.
Yeah. Him being 26 is compounding red flags here, because if at that point you haven't figured out when it's not okay to go party because you have important shit to do the next day, then there's a problem.
Yeah, like 21.
Tony Sparks, speaking on behalf of Ted over here, is like, eh. Oh, man. It is extremely immature, TLS. Agreed. Couples therapy, at least, is worth a shot. It is worth a shot. But this is, the severity of this is deal breaking. Sam Good, you said snip, snip. And the first thing I thought of was like, well, a vasectomy is a little rash. You took this hour for me, so I'm going to take that from you. Just doop, doop. Okay, we are at 243 of 450 on our donuts goal here real quick. We're at 499 of 525 of our subs. And as a reminder, TikTok is doing a contest right now. We would love your help doing well in that contest. So anybody who's been thinking, who's been on the edge, on the verge? I don't know what words are supposed to go there. But do what? I have to play the role of Candy Thunder today and mix words up because she's not here to do it. Anybody who's been thinking about it, today's a great day to do it, not just for us, but because we're also going to be doing a VIP live after today's live, and we're going to be doing it in the studio setup, at least attempting it. So today's a good day to do it. Gina Adams, fellow Missourian there. Here you go. So somebody was talking about commenting on one of the videos, asking if I was doing just Missouri tourism stuff, and I said they're not a sponsor yet, but they could be. Pam K, thank you so much for the reminder. You can join our team by clicking on the heart by my name in the upper left-hand corner, or by sending a Heart Me gift. That will also do it. Speaking of, Heidi, thank you so much for sending that Heart Me through. Sam Good, Lisa Eldridge, Justina, Kay Smith, Crispy Bacon, Zumbelli, Lisa Eldridge again, Frankie J's mama, Rory, Lily, thank you guys so much. Alexis, see you there as well. Blair, Mungal, Rory K, Susan RS, Lily, thank you guys so much. Big Mac 87, see you there as well. Thank you guys. One and only effing Dread Zone with the share of the stream. Sandy McKenzie, you as well. Wedding playlist following us. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Lyric, you're in Illinois. Heck yeah. Not far. We're down in the southwestern corner. Natty M, good to see you here. Yeah, you haven't caught one in a while. You should make the Heart Me a goal. We should do that. We should do that. Destiny in Missouri as well. We have tons of Missourians up in here representing the Show Me state here. Okay. We have several follower submissions today, several of them. And we did send an email out just a little bit before the live started today, letting those submitters know. So if you haven't checked your email yet and you submitted a story, go check real quick just to see. I think we had like 5 or 6 that we sent notifications to. So we have a good plethora of follower submitted stories today. They're going to be awesome. K Smith and KCMO. Heck yeah. Howdy, neighbor. New Hampshire. Mo dude, hey guys, it's good to see everybody here. We're going to have fun today. We're having a good time. Oh yeah, as a reminder, if you've heard the stories that we're reading, please don't spoil. No spoilers. DFHBs only. The Dusty Thunder podcast recorded a new episode this past Sunday with Beer Today, who's about to join us up here and give some feedback on a cake story once we hit that goal and unlock it. It's going to be a hell of a good time, too. We had some really good stories in there and a ton of great discussion. The first 30 minutes of which might be a bit aimless, but that's okay. It always lends to very good discussion. A little aimless. We don't get a lot of time to just sit and bullshit. So the first 30 minutes of that was probably just as sitting and bullshitting, but it's good conversation. It was. I watched it last night as I was editing, except for me introducing you as Bearded Thunder. I don't know where the hell that came from. I'm sorry, man.
If you hadn't done it on purpose, I'd have said, hey, we probably need to let's fix that in post.
Never assume that my F-ups are intentional. It's just me being stupid.
Okay.
Francis said, loved Beer Today's episode from a while back. Can't wait. It's going to be good. Probably either not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after. All right, we're going to dive into our first follower-submitted story here and our first official story for the day. That last story that we read was a reward because the VIPs are awesome and unlocked it in the VIP live last week. This follower-submitted email. I'm a little scrambled. It's what happens when my wife isn't around. I think you got to understand this context. We haven't been apart since being together, really. We haven't been apart since being together. That makes perfect sense. We haven't been apart for more than 24 hours for sure. In many years. So us being apart from each other for days is weird. Me no likey. But I hope she's having a great time and relaxing. Okay, we did notify our followers who have stories that are being read today. If you did get that notification and you hear us read the title of your story and you want to claim your story, let us know in chat that it's you. Chat does a really good job of letting us know that OP is in chat. So if you want to claim it, raise your hand, go for it. Again, we're at 311 of 450 on our donut gift goal here to read a cake story and to get beer today up here. So make sure if you are gifting, we are donut focused right now, like Camp Mama right there. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. All right. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Losing My Shit on the Bartender at My Husband's Favorite Lunch Spot? My husband is a lunchtime regular at a little dive bar in our town. They don't serve amazing food or anything. They just have really cheap lunch specials. My husband runs a small handyman company and often eats lunch at this bar. He even takes some of his helpers out for lunch occasionally to this bar, even though the food isn't good. It makes sense because of how cheap it is for the amount of food they can get. I've been to this bar a few times with him and some of our friends on Friday nights. There was one other incident where some of his friends almost got into a fight with some other customers, but other than that, it's a pretty chill place to hang out. It might also help to know that I am a committed dog mom. It seems a little random, but I'm sure it's going to come into play here in a minute. I've struggled with infertility, and we recently lost our 6th pregnancy, and we were expecting twins, so I've been a little bit off my rocker and extra protective of my sweet Australian Shepherd, Copper. He's almost 4 years old, and he is literally the light of my life. So sorry for your loss, and especially coming off the heels of the story that posted today. Oof. A few weeks ago, he sliced open his leg while playing fetch. I didn't see that he had injured himself for a couple of days, so when I realized it, I overcompensated by paying extra close attention to him and taking him to town with me so that I can make sure it doesn't get infected. So the first day that I took him to town, my husband wanted to meet for lunch, and so I suggested a few places that we could take Copper and sit on the patio, and he replied that the dive bar in question also had a patio. So I agreed, and we met at the dive bar. There were no signs up anywhere about not having dogs, so we took our place on the patio. My husband went inside to place our lunch order. We both ordered chicken fried steak. A few minutes later, the bartender came out and brought us silverware and salt and pepper and napkins. Looked at my dog, made eye contact with me, then turned around and walked away. About 50 minutes later, she brought our food to us, set it in front of us, and proceeded to tell me that they do not allow dogs and that we would have to leave. Oh, I lost my shit. I went back into the bar and asked the bartender why she waited to bring us our food before she told us we couldn't have the dog out there. Explained to her that it felt as though she trapped us into having to pay for a meal that we would likely have to take to go. And chicken fried steak is not something you can easily eat in a vehicle. This is true, but challenge accepted. I don't know if she expected me to just put the dog in the car when it was 95 degrees out, but I was not having any of that. The line is she got in. The line is she got in my face. What came out of my face was she got on my face. Hey, that bartender knows how to fight. Tell you what, you mouth off to the bartender, she just hops on your face. Right. Okay, sorry, that's my fault.
OP's here.
OP is here. Heck yes. Awesome. OP is... Scanning. Okay. Dally Green. Welcome. Thank you for claiming your story. We'll have some questions for you. She got in my face and started screaming at me that she had no idea that the dog was out there before she brought our food. And I screamed at her, and we went back and forth for about 2 minutes before I started walking back out to the patio to grab all of my dog and my stuff to leave. She followed me out to the patio, screaming at me to never come back. Personally, it's not a loss for me. It's not a place that I would choose to go for food, and it's not the only bar in town to get a drink at with friends, but my husband was very upset. He was really worried that he wouldn't be able to find anywhere that is as cheap to eat lunch, and I do feel bad for him and I do feel bad for him having consequences to my actions, but I truly do not think that I was the asshole for telling the bartender that what she did was wrong. Maybe I was an asshole for how I went about it, but I honestly don't regret it. The last couple of years, it's felt like all I've done is try to be a kind and honest and good person, and I just get walked all over, and it was the last straw. I'm sure my recent loss hasn't helped with my overall mood, but I truly think that the bartender was a giant dishonest asshole. Am I the astronaut? Okay. Quiana is original poster. Is that right? Okay. No, people are answering to Quiana. Okay. Gotcha. Yes. OP means original poster there. We've got some ESHs coming up here. We've got some NTAs coming up here. And Astrid, welcome to your first live. Glad to have you here. So if this went down like you're saying it went down, and what the important pivotal point here is okay, here we go. We both ordered chicken fried steak. A few minutes later, the bartender came out and brought us silverware and salt and pepper and napkins. Looked at my dog, made eye contact with me, then turned around and walked away. Okay, so she noticed the bartender make eye contact with the dog. Saw her look directly at the dog, then look at OP, and then walk inside. Knew. Also, whenever the bartender brought the food out, let's go back to here. About 15 minutes later, she brought her food out to us, set it in front of us, and proceeded to tell me that they do not allow dogs and that we would have to leave. Okay, so the way this is written, the way that I think this went down, OP corrected me if I'm wrong, but it seems like she walked out and no sooner than setting the food down in front of you was like, we don't allow dogs in here. You'll have to leave. And if that's the case, she had this response teed up in her mouth already and was already ready to deliver this line to you along with the food. So if that's the case, yeah, what she did was a big ol' asshole move. Yes, you ordered something that is incredibly hard to eat to go and doesn't keep super well. So that is an asshole move. And it may have been an overreaction because of everything that was going on with you there. But if this truly went down the way that you've described it here, then I think that you get an NTA. And the bartender gets an asshole vote here. I can't bring the scale up because none of my graphics are working today. It worked. I'll be damned. Are things going to start working here? I sincerely doubt it, but we'll see. Okay. Where would bartender be on here? Assuming this whole thing played out exactly like OP is saying that it did. Where would the bartender be? Could have done it differently, should have done it differently, definitely shouldn't have done that, or you're a terrible human. I don't think it's a terrible human thing to do. It could have been like saw the dog, went inside to verify with coworkers or management or whoever that they did or did not allow dogs in there, and then waited until the next time bartender was coming out to deliver that line, which wasn't the right move. Should have done that differently. That's where I'm at here. Should have done it differently. I don't think it's a definitely shouldn't have done that. I think it was a choice of how it was delivered. It was a delivery question here. So I'm going to say ask on 3 for bartender, which is not a gigantic, huge asshole. It's not huge, but OP, like you said, everything was already on edge for you here because of everything else that's going on with you. So, and it wasn't your first choice to go to this place either. And your hubby, yes, I get it. It's his favorite dive bar and he loves the cheap food there. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's probably a healthier choice for him to have to go somewhere else anyway. So it's not all a loss here. $369 of $450 on our donut goal here to read a cake story and get beer today up here. Big boy humbly disagree and say ask on 2 for the bartender. Hey man, that's cool. We talk about this quite a bit, increasingly so now, but don't feel bad for disagreeing with me. I think that's awesome. I think we're all going to have unique opinions because our opinions are filters of how we view the world, and that's based on our journey in life. And no two people have the exact same journey in life. So we're all going to see things a little bit differently. And I think it's great. And we can have differing opinions and not hate each other for it. And that's awesome. So awesome. Bethany finally made it to a live. Heck yes. Nisi, as long as it's done respectfully. Agreed. Luna is around. Luna's a chicken shit. So I think she's hiding over with Beer today right now. I don't know if she's afraid of the lights or what's going on. I tried to get her to come with me while Tony Spark was up here reading, and she's being a chicken. She'll warm up eventually. Kara I thought about this. Is it the cheap food, or he likes something else there? And if that's the case, maybe there's more motive behind the bartender being shisty. ESH is everyone sucks here. Sandy, thank you for the live share. Greatly appreciate that. Maybe they don't have a lot of people bringing animals in. It's possible. Cooper, I don't have hummingbirds. One is in your garage. I can tell you what to do, though, because it happened to me recently. You're going to have to wait, unfortunately. That hummingbird is going to tire itself out. It's going to get to the point where it can't buzz around anymore. And when it does finally tire itself out, you can get a ladder, get some gloves on. You can go up and very gently, you can grab it and cradle it very, very gently. If you get a kid's pediatric, like Tylenol, syringe, not the needle syringe, but like the liquid medicine syringe, and put some sugar water in it and just feed it a few drops at a time and let it start actually, licking that up. It'll take about 5 minutes for it to come back to life and start to actually show some signs of energy. And then maybe 10, 15 minutes later, it'll fly off. Saving the world, one hummingbird at a time here. Was there signage saying no pets? There was not. OP did say that there was no signage in here. Ash, you would have said this is my support dog. There you go. Cam, thank you for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Danny, good call. The app Fido is a good place to see what restaurants are dog friendly. That's cool. Very cool. Kayla, we do. So we do have a schedule of when we go live. I go live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central on TikTok. And since it's fall and our kids have sports Monday nights, we now do our multi-stream Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central. So Sunday nights at 9 and Wednesdays at 3. Those are the 2 times that we go live every week. Dog rules. This bartender drools. Hey, Angel, there you go. Blair, 4 parts water, 1 part sugar. Candy Thunder handled that part. She just handed me the sugar water syringe and I administered. Okay, we are almost there on our donut goal here. I'm going to hold out for just a little bit longer and see if we can unlock that cake story. Don't forget, we have this going on today. It played like a little tiny bit of the music, didn't do the animation at all. Just Wheel of Thunder, we have again today. And it is going to be the top 10 gifters plus 2 new members of the Storm, 2 existing members of the Storm are going to go on the wheel. We'll spin during the VIP and we'll choose our winners there. We're spinning for a sticker pack, but also a signed 24x36 Ascon scale poster. So it is super stinking cool. Kayla, you watched for the first time the other day and finally, and you're hooked now. Heck yeah. Wait, you watched this past Sunday night? Cause it was crazy. It was intense. Candy Thunder says, yep, she looked up the ratio online. See, she's got it. Woman Without Rights. This is your first live. It feels weird to say that name. I'm sorry. It's a weird name to say. I get it. Glad to see you here. I'm glad you finally jumped on live. Emily, yeah, the Sunday night live was rough. It was real rough. 437 to 450. By golly, we're almost there. Tony Sparks even throwing donuts at us now. He's trying to prime this thing. He just threw another one in. Jill Frostedged. Now I get it. Frost-edged. Shy, Gwynfair, Misty, Becca, thank you guys so much. Leanna, greatly appreciate that. We hit it. We got there. Let's see if my music is going to work. Music works. It worked for half a second. What in the Sam Hill's going on there? I don't know what's going on with it. Our QOD's back up there. Look at that. TLS Journey, Pam K, Josh Inagami, Twin Mama, Jill's Realm, Jen here, Candy Thunder, Mungao, Piotr, Amy MC, Zool, Susan Ramirez, Smart, Jennifer Lynn, Nashe, Tony Spark, Olivia and Sons, Miss Helene, Spiritual, Boruku, it won't show me all of it. We'll say Spiritual, Miss D, 405, Bo Blaze, Serenity's Turmoil, Mama Silver, Kelly McMillan, Rainfalls, we've got Kay Nelson, T. Hef, Sophie Moo, Amira Danielle, Chelsea Stevens, Airhead, Dylan Sprague, Death Skull. We've got Lacey Lex, Chris CJ, Jenny Rorden, K Crush, Miles, Griff, Shawnee, obviously Mel, Frost Edged, El Marine 98, Nixter, Emma Parrish, Justina Josephdzi, and Theosaurus Rex. Theororus Rex. You did that just to mess with me, didn't you? Theororus Rex. It's an awesome name, though. Dig it. All right, let me get the next one set up, and then we will get to our cake story. And we'll go ahead and kill our QOD here, even though the whole confetti thing isn't doing a gosh heckin' thing for us right now. All right, this next goal is an important one. It's muy importante because it is going to unlock a spicy story that Candy Thunder, upon reading it, her reaction was OMG. That should tell you all you need to know about the kind of story we're going to unlock here. So we have that going on. Let me flip back over to my face cam here real quick, and we will get our cake story. Beer today, pay close attention. This is one that you're giving feedback to. Here we go. All right, cake story, cake reward story number 1, correct? Tony Spock.
Yeah.
All right, this is a follower submitted cake story. OP, if you are in chat. Cooper. Only problem we have hanging lights it sits on. That's okay. Just let it sit up there. Let it sit up there and get tired. Ours sat on some like garage door opener wires. It'll get tired eventually. All right, this follower submitted cake story says, "Am I the astronaut for not knowing my wife's age?" It's not a great start. Not a great start. Also, this is a cake story, so this is going to get worse. Last week was my wife's birthday. I usually just get her something she's been wanting as a gift, but this year I thought I'd surprise her with a cake as well. It wasn't anything fancy or expensive, just a simple chocolate cake from a bakery near my office. I also had them put "Happy 44th birthday, Liz" on the top, which turned out to be a mistake because apparently it was only her 43rd birthday. Well, if you're going to get it wrong, you got to go the other direction, pal. They cover this in husband orientation. You weren't there for that, apparently. You see, I am 11 months older than my wife, almost to the day, so every year for a month, we are the same age. I could have sworn that I am 44 years old and that she too would turn 44 last week, and we'd spend the next 30 days both being 44. But after some elementary mathematics, it turns out that I am, in fact, only 43 as well. Anyway, back to the story. On the day of her birthday, I picked up the cake and headed home. I left the cake on the kitchen counter, and as I went to find her and let her know I'd arrived home, and somehow we managed to miss one another in passing because I didn't see her in her home office where she usually is, but instead I heard her squawk from the kitchen. Yes, it was a literal squawk. Somebody give me a literal squawk, please. I need to know.
Miles and Kate made the exact same version of that.
Apparently.
At the same time.
Apparently. Okay, while we're on the topic, can I get a squelch sound? Okay, just checking. Okay, squawked. I headed back to the kitchen thinking it was the sound of excitement at the surprise chocolate cake that was waiting for her there, only to find her standing cross-armed with a look of discontent on her face. She just looked at me and said, "Seriously?" and stared at me like she was expecting me to apologize for something. But at this point, I still had no idea what I'd done wrong. So at this point, OP's like, "Sorry, I got you cake." It's like I really can screw literally anything up. After probably 5 minutes of her acting baffled at my stupidity and me being completely confused, she finally told me that I had gotten her age wrong. This to me seemed like a very trivial mistake, which should have been quite easily which should have been quite easily overlooked, especially since I had surprised her with a chocolate cake. However, to her, I not only should have known her age, but if I did have to guess, I should have guessed lower than her actual age. Yeah. So apparently I had I put happy 42nd birthday on her cake, it would have been okay. Yeah. It's now been a week and she still hasn't let it go. Why is age such a big deal to women? And am I the astronaut for not knowing what her actual age is, or my own for that matter? Okay. That is end of story here. I can relate with OP a little bit here. Not for not knowing my wife's age. I know my wife's age because I can do math and I know what year she was born. And if I ever have a doubt, I'm like, okay, what year is it? Okay. And yes, I can figure it out. I forget my age all the stinking time, but same thing. I can do the math. I know what year I was born. If I have to figure it out, I can figure it out. But there was a 3-year stretch where I thought I was 30 apparently. And Candy Thunder was like, you haven't been 30 for a minute, babe. I'm like, oh.
Measure twice, cut once.
Measure twice, cut once. There you go. Once I hit 30, I just stopped keeping track. Apparently, I'm like, it is what it is. I don't know. But yes, it is a bigger deal to some women, not all, but to some women, it is a bigger deal. And if it's a big deal to your wife, maybe you should take it seriously. Hey, and guess what? If you're not sure, when in doubt, don't push the goddamn number on the cake. Just say happy birthday. You don't have to put a number on it. Why would you do that?
Break it out, man.
Why would you put a number on there if you're not 100% confident in that number? You don't have to put a number. Why for do you do this? I don't understand. Okay. Beer today. Sorry, I got carried away, man. You're up to give some feedback here. On this one, on the cake story. Yeah. Let's get some beer today thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw him on the birthday live stream, maybe. And not since podcast. Other than that, it's been a podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, beer today.
I'm applauding myself. I'm sorry.
You should applaud yourself.
Yeah,
Definitely
no, see.
should.
All right. Made the glasses as well. Thank you. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So we're gonna
now playing Dusty Thunder.
Now playing Dusty Thunder.
Beer today.
There we go. You know, I had the same thoughts as you with the empathy. I've done this, not to my wife, mind you. I did this to a coworker. We needed to plan a birthday party I thought she was turning 40. So we ordered like cake and somebody ordered a custom cake and a banner. So it happens, but it happens, but you
can only say it happens if you've done it. That's it.
But I have.
I know.
But I have.
I know.
But see, if it was not a coworker, there would have been a little bit more like I had to pass because I didn't know her well enough to know if it was like what her actual year was. That's what I'm going with anyway. I would have made you older just out of annoyance for you. But the women in your world, you give them you don't put the number on the cake.
Exactly.
You don't put the number on the cake.
Don't put the number on the cake.
I mean, you got to be 100% sure, like copy of birth certificate, notarized to know this is actually how year, and have someone check your math. Can you check my math? You check my math. Somebody's got to have that math check. Don't screw that up. I mean, I don't know if it's like full on like asshole mode because it wasn't intentional. It was,
right.
It was more brozo, like, dude.
It was brozo.
Very much so.
We can hit the button even though they're not going to do anything. Boop. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
No.
I'm enough of the button. I don't know. I wouldn't call maybe 4. Got to be a little bit on the scale. Maybe is it? Beep. Scale works.
Yep. Scale is the only thing that works.
Could have done it differently. Maybe 3. They should have done it differently. If nothing else, don't put the number on the cake. Don't put the number on the cake, guys. How about 3? I'm locking in at 3, which that button doesn't work either.
Hey, but the lights are the right color.
The lights are the right color. We're yellow.
The right color.
That part of the automation worked. Yeah, that's
all we got.
Yeah, that's all I got. All right. Back to playing
Ladies and
Dusty
gentlemen.
Thunder.
Now taking back over as Dusty Thunder is Dusty Thunder. Beer Today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, brother. Glad to have you here today. Actually, Beer Today is playing the role of Candy Thunder today. Only so far as in appearances on the stream. Don't get any weird ideas.
Yeah. You had to make it weird.
My job is to make things weird. That is my job. It's my lot in life. So now it was an honest mistake, right? It was an honest mistake. It was a brozo thing to do because it was an honest kind of buffoonery type mistake. But now you know. Now you know. Now you know that it is a big deal. And typically when it comes to women or anybody that is appearance focused, not wanting to appear older than you are is an aesthetic thing. It's like, oh, you think I look older than I actually am. That sucks. I look older than I actually am. I know that. It's because of my white beard. I get it and I'm embracing it. But for people who do care about it, yeah, play it safe. Don't put the number on the cake. Okay? Yeah. Good gravy. Dana Wise subscribed to become a member of the Storm for the very first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. We are at 714 to 2500 with the fire gift that is to unlock a spicy story that Candy Thunder described as OMG. So you definitely want to hear it. Tony Spark confirms it is spicy, like wasabi spicy or like what kind of spicy? Ken Thunder's eating chicken, I assume. Either that or he's got a couple cans of beans on his desk. Spicy. Angel, Candy Thunder, she's still in chat. Beer Today is moving in on your man. I told you not to get any ideas. No, you did it. You just came there with the ideas. There you go. Emergency beans, yes. And Anne provided emergency beans with the little spatula. Still here. Yeah, you really never know. You never know whenever you're going to have somebody really piss you off and you're going to need the squelch that the beans will provide. We did in the podcast with Beer Today that we just recorded. We do get into beans and we do discuss, what kind of sound a squelch actually makes. That's part of it. Beans in socks. Oh, Alice Secrets. That's next level. Beans in socks. Imagine beans between your toes. That's just wrong. there's the famous Tony Spark. Blech. Yeah, Emily Louise, JP, a Night Drifter, DKF 87, Tamira, Etchi-san, Annie, Butcher, Zool, thank you guys so much. Armaniacal subscribed to be a member of the fam. Heck yeah. It's not showing me the yellow message, but it does show me the other one. That's weird. Andrea, Zool, Jarby, JP, Monica Snake, Frostedge, Taylor, Dana Wise, DK, Brandy from Alaska, Nixter, Zool, Brandy again, DK again, TikToker, Brandy again, Miss Helene, Valerie Shadowcat. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Greatly appreciate that. And Honey Bear, I see you guys there as well. Thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. We are now officially approaching the halfway point for that fire goal. We're going to go ahead and start for the next one here. As a reminder, if you have heard the stories we're getting ready to discuss, please do not spoil them. Okay. All right. Our next story is from the AITAH subreddit, and it is, am I the astronaut for not giving my boyfriend half of my jackpot winnings? My boyfriend, 55, and I, 55, have been together 18 months. We took our first weekend getaway to Tahoe. His idea. He made clear he wants me to gamble. I'm sorry. His idea. He made clear he wants to gamble. I made clear that I won't be gambling as it's not something I've ever been interested in. However, I am happy to watch him, enjoy the environment, and people watch. He seemed fine with this. First night was fun. He played poker. I watched, learned a lot, and I enjoyed it all. We went to a lovely dinner, had nice food and drinks, and gambled the rest of the night with me completely content observing. Timeout. This is my dad. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know if my folks go to the casino anymore, but the times that they have gone, my dad he will not push the button. He just stands there and watches and observes, and he's perfectly happy doing that. I'm like, I would be bored out of my mind. I would be absolutely bored out of my mind. The next day we did the same. However, he was now constantly telling me to play something. Every table and machine we passed, he suggested I try it. I declined, telling him I'm good. It's not my interest to do. I encouraged him to do and play whatever he wanted. Ugh, this just went on and on. Another time out. You know why he's doing that, right? So he doesn't have to feel bad. And also, if he's the one sitting there spending the money and you're watching him spend the money, he's going to feel like he's being watched. He's going to feel more guilt than if you were also doing it. So it's like, yeah, come on. I won't feel as bad if you do this. So it wasn't completely unselfish motivations here. He took me into this high roller slots area and told me to sit down at this machine. Oh, shit. He then put in a $100 bill and said, play this, I'll be over there, and walked away to another slot. I started playing it and I immediately started winning. I just kept playing. He noticed and came back over. He was so excited. I was up to $10,000 in winnings. He was going bonkers with excitement. I was just laughing. It seemed really weird, but it was fun to see him so happy. I played it for about 35 minutes. It was at $15,000. I said, I'm done, and cashed out. We went to the cashier with my ticket and she gave me 15 grand. It was crazy. All I thought was easy come, easy go, and why people have gambling issues. I immediately gave him his $100 back. He said, what the fudge is this? I said, it's your money you put into the machine. He said, oh, hell no, you owe me 7 grand. I asked, how do you figure that? Of course, he went on and on about if he hadn't have put me in that seat with the slot with the $100, I'd never have won anything. All I could say was, yeah, but that was also a gamble on your end. I could have just lost your $100. So we aren't there anymore. So we aren't together anymore. And I kept all of my winnings. Am I the astronaut for not giving him half of my winnings? Wow. Okay, hang on. Let me back up a minute. It was boyfriend. For a second, I was thinking husband. I'm like, wow, they got divorced over this. Also, he may have rights to half of it, but no, it's boyfriend. I think this probably comes into like a gambling etiquette kind of thing, and those people who are more a frequent part of that world would probably say you split it. If somebody fronts you money to gamble, you split winnings with them, right? Because that's the decent thing to do. But somebody who's brand new to it wouldn't know that, and nobody explained the rules or the expectations to her. He certainly didn't. So that was a gamble on his part. I think he expected her to lose it, to lose the $100, and he was completely okay with that. But in his eyes, like, he made an investment here and it paid off. So he should have rights to that. I don't know. I'm not a frequent gambler, so I don't know what the right thing to do here is. What do you guys think? Sandy says, I wouldn't give him half, maybe 30%. I did see a bunch of people saying yes, 50-50, splitting it because he gave her the 100 to play on. It wasn't discussed in the beginning. So NTA, Cyane hands, that's kind of where I was at. It's like, it wasn't communicated, and you've got somebody who's new to this. What? Solo Traveler says, I would say yes, if only she didn't give him back the $100, but she did give him back the $100. She'll also have to pay taxes on it. You're right, TikToker. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Now, well, yes, she has to pay taxes on it. So if anything, Angel says, my hubby gives me 50% of all of his winnings. We call it the wifey cut. There you go. The wifey cut. She does have to pay taxes on it. So there'd have to be some kind of, and he said 7 grand and it was 15. So maybe he was taking that into consideration. I don't know what the taxes on that would work out to be, but it would at least have to be a little bit imbalanced because of that. However, yeah, of course he was excited about it. Now, if you had handed somebody $100 and they won 15 grand on it, of course you would want them to give you more than just your $100 back. But the expectation that they have to do it and they owe you that money, I think, is where he becomes the asshole. Yes. It's his girlfriend.
Don't expect money
It's his girlfriend. And if he's going to treat her like that now without communicating ahead of time to her what the etiquette or rules are, then yeah, that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. And here's the icing on the cake. The icing on the gambling cake is that she didn't want to play. He forced her to. He said, sit, money, play. I'll be over there. And he did that so he didn't have to be watched. Like he spent $100 to get his babysitter off his back. Angel, good point. She obviously loved him less than 7K worth. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. That's one of those things, like indecent proposal. Is that what it's called? Is it indecent proposal? Where the Richard Gere, doesn't he like offer somebody? No, I'm thinking Pretty Woman. That's Richard Gere. It's some other movie where I think it's Indecent Proposal, where they offer the husband like $1 million to spend a night with his wife, and he takes it. They take it. They agree to do it. But in this case, it was like $7,000 or you get to keep your boyfriend. And she's like, $7,000, I'm out. She's gone. She gone. Robert Redford. There you go. And Demi Moore. Yes. Was it Indecent Proposal? Was that the movie? Yeah. Okay. There wasn't an agreement, so she was in the right, Carol. Yeah, she didn't get educated on this first, so we say NTA. He knew what he was doing. He was getting rid of his babysitter, and this would have ended regardless, because if this ended it, it would have ended anyway. Technically $15K or her boyfriend. Yeah, I was just saying the 7 because that's what he wanted. So it was either she gives 7 and keep him, or keep her 7 and move on. Oh, holy crap. You guys did it. You hit the fire gift goal for the spicy story. Here we go. I wish I could play some music to thank you all, but we're just going to read it. We'll turn our lights a different color. That's cool. Unholy Tinker, Short Arse, Josh Inagami, Alice Secrets. We've got Fluffy Buddy, TLS Journey, Michelle, Heather, Zool, Loco 170, Nixter. Excuse me. Pam K, Jill's Realm, Silver Wolf, Piotr, Tony, Spark. Well, I'm getting so many spam calls today. It's wild. It's like they cycle through, and like a whole call center finds your number at once. You get like 31 day, and then it'll be another month before you hear from them again. Jill's Realm, Silver Wolf, Piotr, Tony, Spark, Boost Demon, Dylan Sprague, Mama Jams, Death Skull. We've got Shane Razel. We've got Kelly Ann, Savannah, Emily, Elnora, Sophie Moo, Hannah McKay, Lacey Lex, Night Drifter, Rainfalls, Candy Thunder, Emerald, Sea Mermaid, TARDIS RN, DKF 2510, It's Not Kelly, TF90, El Marine 98, Miss Helene, Twin Mama, Armaniacal, Tailco. We've got Monica Snake, Brandy Reeds, Miles Griff, Annie Butcher, Jarby76, Justina Josfadzes, Willow Queen, and Snowman Collector. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for helping us hit that. We are going to have a great time reading that spicy story here soon. The next one is going to unlock Caden Thunder. And it is going to be, what is it? Oh, yeah. Caden Thunder is going to give feedback on a story, y'all. Oh, on the spicy one. Perfect. That'll work.
No. Sorry. He'll give feedback on whatever story.
On whatever story? Let's hope it's this one.
Whenever they hit it, whatever story.
Yeah. If you want Caden Thunder to give feedback on the spicy story, we got to hit that goal during the spicy story. That's the trick. That is the trick. And it's how many of those? Okay. Got it.
It's a new one.
I don't think we have done it. It's paper cranes. We've got 60 paper cranes to unlock Caden Thunder giving feedback on whatever story we're finishing up right then. Abilene in the UK, good to see you there. Candy Thunder. Candy in the live lightning bolts for Candy Thunder up there. Are you on the beach right now? Are you joining in the live from the beach, or did you go back to the house just so you can have Wi-Fi? I hope you're on the beach. I hope. Doodles Dragon, I don't know that we have the ability to do that. Holy cow. Yeah, they're rocking and rolling here. Okay. Spicy story. I'm going to get started on it here. Spicy reward story time. Here we go. Take your antacids because it's about to get spicy up in here. We're ranked. We're also ranked. Let's go. All right. Okay, here we go. Title of this story is My Ex-Boyfriend and I were together for just over 3 years. We broke up because our parents, my mother and his father, got engaged.
Yeah.
They pulled a lot of shit, but I'm going to try and condense it. We hit it? We already freaking... Okay, before I start reading this, let's go ahead and give her thanks so we can just have him ready to jump in and then we can be rocking on the next one here. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are just like Unholy Tinker, Josh Enigami, Michelle Heather, Fane86, TLS Journey, Alice Secrets, Jen here, Pam K, Ann M, Bracker, T Half 90, Lisi Lex, Piotr, Valerie Shadowcat, That Messy Mom Life, Jill's Realm, Miles Griff, Kiara J58, DJ JM22, Bo Blaze, El Marine 98, and Christy Tyler 3. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for helping us hit that. We're going to jump to the next one and have it rocking while we're reading the story. Then Caden Thunder will jump up and help give feedback to this story. Okay. Let me see if I can find this guy. Found him. Okay. If Luna will cooperate for this one, this next one's going to unlock a cake story and a Luna appearance. Luna will give feedback to the story. It'll be great. Yeah. We just need to have someone go outside and walk by the door and she'll bark nonstop, and that would probably do it. So we've got Gus the Groundhog and 30 of those rocking here. Okay, spicy story time. Here we go. The title of this again was My Ex-Boyfriend and I were together for just over 3 years. We broke up because our parents, my mother and his father, got engaged. They pulled a lot of shit, but I'm going to try to condense it. They spent months referring to us as siblings and introduced us to people as our children and constantly joking about us as though we were full-blood relatives when there's not even a distant relation. When they got engaged, there even came more comments about how we were going to be a regular nuclear family with a married couple and their children and mom telling me I should think of my ex and his sister as my siblings. Ick. A bit before the breakup, I had a pregnancy scare. I told my mom, who said it was good I wasn't pregnant because how will you explain to the grandbabies that you have the same parents? Okay. Red flag for that, even though my red flag's not working. We're on red alert mode here already. So wait, okay. Rather than be excited about the prospect of being a grandma, she was like, I'm glad you lost the baby. Ask on one for you immediately, Mom. Holy crap. And also somewhere in this, she's like, you know what? I'm going to choose my happiness over my child's. Good start. Real solid start. Love it. Love it. Love it.
What in the Gary Springer?
They got engaged and had an engagement party where my ex wasn't in attendance, but I was. At the party, my mother gave a speech and said, thanks to our children, X and OP, for helping create this wonderful little family unit of ours, aside from your incest.
What? Oh.
I then had to deal with that for the rest of the party, and X and I wound up breaking up within a week because now our entire extended family and family friends were joking about it. Oh shit, words are hard. Reading that line again. I then had to deal with that for the rest of the party, and X and I wound up breaking up within a week because now our entire extended family and family friends were joking about it. Hold up. They were still together?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize. I thought like once mom and dad here explained or announced that they were together, that Opie and boyfriend like just immediately broke it off. They were still trying to make it work. And then they had an engagement party and they were still together, but boyfriend didn't show up and mom calls her out for incest. Okay. Let's keep score here. We've got, I'm going to date your boyfriend's dad. I'm guessing after they've been dating. So I'm going to take this away from you. I'm glad you lost your baby. And I'm going to call you out for incest in front of a bunch of people when that is absolutely not the case at all. Also, I'm going to destroy your happiness so I can have my own. Mother of the century. Right here, everybody. Mother of the century. Right here. The wedding was on Valentine's Day. We hadn't spoken since the breakup, but X contacted me and asked how I wanted to handle it, and we agreed either we both go or neither of us go. I can tell you which one I'd do right now. Not going. We both flip-flopped back and forth on if we were going or not, but ultimately agreed to go because it would look worse if we didn't go at all, and we were both asked to be in the wedding party. Really, though? Because the last time you were at an event with your mom, she called you out in front of everyone for incest. So what's going to happen if your now ex-boyfriend is going to be there as well? It went about the same as any other wedding would go, right up until the DJ said that our parents wanted to dedicate a song to their children. And then he played Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes! Just knocked it at the park.
Cue laughter. Me and X left after that, but my mom followed. She said it was just a joke. We didn't need to get all huffy about it and begged us to come back inside. We refused and stood outside while we waited for the next bus. Then we got to talking, and long story short, we agreed to pick up where we left off. As we'd been apart a few months, but all the feelings were still there. We'd not had any other relationships in this time, and he even still had stuff at my place. We agreed that it was stupid of us to let other people dictate our relationship, and also agreed to severely limit contact with our parents this time around. Not full no contact, but very, very low contact. We've also booked some sessions with a couples counselor starting Sunday.
Therapy!
A couples counselor for somebody you've been dating for 3 months? Given the circumstances, I get it. Today, my mom asked me to meet her for coffee, and I went thinking that this would be a perfect time to tell her we're back together, talk about boundaries, and initiate the very, very low contact my boyfriend and I had agreed on. However, I ran through the rain to get there and didn't think to touch up the concealer I'd put on the hickey my boyfriend left on my neck last night. Mom immediately sees it and asks where it's from. It was about 2 seconds away from George glassing her. I was about 2 seconds away from George glassing her, but then she says, "It's from your brother, isn't it?"
Oh, no! Oh, mom needs therapy.
It was at this point that my mother pulled down her collar to show me her matching hickey that my ex's dad had given her. That's not part of the story. I'm just messing around with you.
Yes.
Come on, that would have been great though, right? I then snapped, "He's not my brother." She now knows everything she needs to know and basically says that she's been married less than a week and I'm already trying to ruin it. I got a bit upset and responded that she essentially ruined my relationship of 3 years. Oh, 3 years, not 3 months. Okay, I screwed up. Yeah, okay, gotcha, guys. 3 years, not 3 months. Okay. I got a bit upset and responded that she essentially ruined my relationship of 3 years in favor of her relationship of less than 18 months, and we've only just started rebuilding what they ruined. She then says, clearly we didn't do a good enough job if you're already mending it. I directly asked if she was trying to break us up. She admitted that she and my nephew...
Too many family members. There's no nephew yet.
I'm tripping over dating family members in this story. I directly asked if she was trying to break us up. She admitted that she and my new stepdad had entered into their relationship with the sole intention of ending ours because we said once in passing that we had been looking at houses a bit under an hour away so we could have a garden for future kids, and they didn't want to have to drive 2-hour round trip to see us.
Wow. She's going for the Mother of the Year title and Mother-in-law of the Year title.
She's got like she's going for like the triple hat trick here, where she just like every selfish decision that I could possibly make, I'm gonna make. I will ruin your life. Henceforth, mom in the story shall be known as Mother Gothel. When they realized they actually liked each other and wanted to get married, they then became even more committed to ending our relationship because they'd rather we were heartbroken than let our friends and family think that they were odd. Okay. Hold on again. I can only read this effing story one paragraph at a time because after every paragraph, I'm like, wait. Okay, wait.
There's more.
They only started the relationship to end OP and her boyfriend. They didn't even like each other at the time. They just pretended so that they would break them up. That was the entire reason for starting it. Then they actually started liking each other. This is like the relationship version of getting gypsy rosed, right? It's like just like full on, just they'd rather OP and her boyfriend be heartbroken than let their friends and family think that they were odd. That statement sums everything up for you nicely here. So this whole thing started as a way to make sure we didn't move an hour away from them, and now it's them trying to make sure their friends and family don't think they're weird. My mom left an hour ago. My boyfriend is at work right now, phone off, totally oblivious. I'm still at the coffee place writing this in a state of shock. What do I do with this information? I know I need to tell my boyfriend when he gets off work, but how do we approach either parent going forward or begin to deal with this whole thing? I have thoughts, but ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring up Caden Thunder to give his thoughts for the story. Ladies and gentlemen, Caden Thunder. Hey, before we do that real quick, I see that we hit our other goal. I'm going to give thanks on that real quick, and we're going to get the next one set up, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. While you're giving feedback, I'll see if I can get Luna to start cooperating here.
Hey, first off, did the spicy story live up to
the spicy story lived up. This is so many levels of just jacked up. Michelle, Heather, TLS Journey, Josh, Inagami, Unholy, Tinker, Candy Thunder, Alina Cameron, The Cyberin, Jill's Realm, Dylan Sprague, Heather Reagan, Pam K, DJJM, Ann Bracker, Foxy Francis, Tony Spark, T Hef, Elise Newman, Sir Gotham Knight, Riley 1416, and Wildfire. You guys are awesome. Unlock the Cake Story, and Luna. The next one is gonna unlock a Miles appearance. Miles is with us here as well today. Sans Luna, it's a big sausage party here today, isn't it?
Jesse's here.
Just a bunch of dudes. Yeah, Jesse left it too, though. Jesse was like, I'm out. It's like, I am out. We miss you, Candy Thunder. We missed you, Candy Thunder. Okay, let me find this one. Got it. And how many of these? That's right. I'm sorry. I said sausage party. It happened.
Oh, yeah.
It happened. Okay, we have 700 high bears set up here to unlock Miles showing up here. So, ladies and gentlemen, giving feedback for the spicy story, Caden Thunder. You want the headphones?
Yeah.
You want the glass?
No.
You can play the role of Dusty Thunder today too?
No. Hello. How are you guys?
It's Beans!
It's me. That was like Inception with incest.
Incestion.
Incestion. Yeah, that was I don't know. I'm at a loss of words for that. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm just like ecstatic. Intercession.
This may be the only way that we get her on camera today. So,
Luna.
Ladies and gentlemen, Luna Thunder. Say hi. Say hi. She's 85 pounds, so this is fun. Say hi, Bumpers. Say hi, Bumpers. Hi. She's like, Dad, I'm too big for this. I'm too big for this. I also feel like you're showing my privates to the world. Sorry for flashing everybody with Luna's bits there. Eat your Bumpers. Okay, you ready? You're getting heavy. Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I've broken my back. The bone's popping through. Feeling just a bit like almonds. Smells a bit like almonds.
Yeah, their parents should probably have been more honest about things.
What would you do if I did this to you? If your girlfriend,
Yeah.
say in another universe, Candy Thunder, you're the love of my life. This would never happen. This is hypothetical.
Yeah.
If you were dating somebody and I was like, I don't want you to move an hour away, so I'm going to pretend to date her mom just to break you guys up. What would you do?
Laxative cake.
Laxative cake.
That's it?
I don't know. What are you supposed to do in that situation? Like, they're really like,
You're supposed to be in this situation.
yeah, you're not supposed to be in that situation. Yeah. This is my can of beans.
That's what he would do.
Yeah, beans in the pillow.
That's what he would do.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? There is no there. Yeah. I guess just move.
I guess just move.
Yeah.
And we don't
I'm gonna like fill your exhaust pipe with snakes. Move
Exhaust
away.
pipe with snakes?
Something.
Oh, man.
Gotta hit you while you're down or something. I don't know. I'm out of words.
It was rough. Beans. Squelch. Squelch for them. Also, while you're up here, can you do the squelch sound effect for them?
Okay, this is hey guys, everybody, welcome back to Cade and Thunder's ASMR sessions. This is bean squelching.
take that.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you for coming to my ASMR session. Remember to like and subscribe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cade and Thunder. We're gonna clip out and loop that squelch. It's got to be a part of something here, dude.
My ringtone.
The shocking part of this for me here at the Lucy Lex says that's some good squelching right there. It's
Compliments.
the really terrible part about this for me is that it's not just the mom, it's also the boyfriend's dad. They are the most selfish asshats that I have ever heard of. Never ever once thought about happiness of their children. They could only think about themselves. This whole bullshit thing started because they didn't want to drive a couple hours. They were willing to flush their entire lives the potential of having grandchildren and seeing their kids happy and seeing this future that they could build, which is what every parent wants for their kids, right? They want them to be happy. They want them to have the ability to build this successful life in this family and truly be happy. And they didn't want any of that. They just didn't want to have to effing drive an hour. So cooked up this fucking plan to pretend to date each other so they wouldn't have to inconvenience themselves. This is the shit part that it comes down to. Your happiness means less to me than my convenience. And so I'm going to sabotage your fucking life. I'm going to end your relationship. I'm going to call you out on incest in front of a bunch of people when it's all just a ruse that I started in the first place here. I am going to publicly humiliate you. I am going to shame you multiple times here, and I'm going to marry the guy that I pretended to like just so I wouldn't have to drive an hour to break you up, who we started actually liking each other, but also more so now we just don't want our friends and families to think that we're weird. So we're going to follow through with this just to prevent you from being happy. You know what, Ma? Fuck you. I said it. I didn't say F. I didn't say fudge. I said the full thing. We're going to have to censor that one out. This is horse shittery, bullshittery, assholery, every effing thing that we could cook up here and put on a freaking t-shirt. This is beyond beans in the pillow. This is like, I'm gonna put her in a straight jacket filled with beans. How do you like that? Raw beans and squelchy beans. You get the full bean experience, Mom. I'm going after Mom here specifically because it's OP's mom. I'm sure if there was a post written by the boyfriend here about his dad, we'd be going just as hard after him. But this just is sickening to me that someone would do this to their own child, give not a shred of respect or love or care or anything about them, just want to protect their convenience. What a piece of shit. At the end of this story, I am so shocked that both OP and boyfriend are like, we don't want to go full no contact, just very, very low contact. What do you mean you don't want to go no contact? They've already proven that they will sabotage your entire flippin' life and prevent you from being happy and call you out for being incestuous in front of a people and publicly shame you. Why the hell would you want these people in your life ever? Why? Is there some kind of hefty inheritance involved here? Because it's the only reason I could think of where they could be like, well, we're not going to completely get rid of them. Just, just mostly. There is no good reason to keep these people in your life. I don't care if they're your birth parents. I don't care if they raised you. They do not care about you now. Accept it. Move on. Focus on the person who does care about you. Build your own family, start your own tribe, and forget about this freaking trash, poor acting mess that you came from. Time to move on. Sorry. I should have started using the after the words there. I was getting a little Baptist preachery. I was this close to stomping. I just don't have a stage. It's concrete floor here, so it wouldn't have sounded like anything. I need a wooden box over here that I can like stomp on for effect sometimes. Okay, legitimately, I'm heated. I am heated after that. I'm sweating. Jacket's coming off, folks. I'm pissed. Okay. Yeah, that was spicy. Yeah. Also, we have hit the goal to get Miles Griff up here, too. So let me give some thanks for that real quick, and we'll move on to the next one, and we'll get a story done here real quick. TLS Journey, Mini-Me's mom, Michelle, Heather, Elise Newman, Jen here, Miss Helene. We've got AMRC in Woman, American Woman. Wasn't what I say. Pam K, Snow, XTC, Foxy Francis, DJJM22, Jill's Realm, Kellyanne, Susan Ramirez, Smart, Josh Inagami, Pamela Robinson. We've got Unholy Tinker, Diane Franco, Piotr, Mandela Will. We've got That Messy Mom Life, Tia CMM, Sophia Moo, Annie Butcher, Jarby, TARDIS RN, Monica Snake, Rinzer's Wife. We've got WTF Mom and Dad Life, Plus Sized Homes. We've got Armaniacal, Nat Ford, AIs 2488, Kristen Museum Girl, Lacey Lex, Classic Anime Queen, D's 8267, Riley 1416, Mama Jams. I know it's Mama. I just have to say it that way. Tony Spark and Loco for Muzak. Thank you guys so much for helping us unlock that Miles appearance. Our next one is going to unlock a cake story. I am damn near getting to auctioneer level while reading our thank things here. But still, Tony Spark in the back of my mind, I'm like, who's a real auctioneer? Tony Spark. We haven't convinced him to use those skills for the stream yet, but we will.
That's because a truly auctioneer, I have to be on that line between Tony and Ted.
Oh. There's a line between Tony and Ted, and that's where the auctioneer shows up?
The auctioneer.
Okay.
If you go full Ted, the auctioneering gets a little hard to understand.
If you go full Ted, the auctioneering is just one big slur, and nobody knows who won.
Yeah, there's a line.
No, nobody has any idea who won at the end of it. They're like, wait, me? Wait, what? What? It'd be like that K-pop band who won at the VMAs last night. They're like, look, us? Which was great.
I didn't know anybody won last night at the VMAs except
Yes. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know she won 9. Holy cow. That's awesome. That's insane. Okay, we have, I better get the number right here. You know what? I'm gonna up the ante here. We've got 50 corgis to unlock the next cake story. It is another cake story you can unlock with 50 of those corgis. We're gonna read the next story, and then Miles, we'll bring you on for feedback on the next story. How about that?
you gotta read the cake story. You're on cake story.
I'm on cake story now. Okay, so we'll give. I'm on cake reward story number 2. Correct? Hoorah. Okay. This is a follower submitted cake story, and it is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Accidentally Poisoning? Am I the astronaut for accidentally poisoning my boyfriend? And it's a cake story, so
Sorry about that.
here we go. I thought it was chocolate. I'm sorry. All right. My boyfriend, 25 male, just recently passed his bar exam, and to celebrate, we and a big group of his friends all went out for dinner and drinks. His friends and I don't really see eye to eye. They think that I'm too young for him. I just turned 20. He's 25. And that I will distract him from his dreams of being an attorney. To me, his passing his bar exam proved that that is not the case. I was excited to be there with all of them to celebrate this and show them how supportive I really was, so I decided to get a cake to share with everyone as well. After we finished eating dinner, I cut the cake and passed it out to everyone. They all raved at how delicious it was, even my boyfriend. However, no more than 2 minutes after we started eating it, my boyfriend's lips and face started to swell up. He was clearly having an allergic reaction. It had to have been my cake, as the reaction was immediate. It actually got really bad really quickly. His whole face got swollen and puffy, and we were considering going straight to the emergency room. Luckily, the commotion at our table caught the attention of a couple seated nearby who happened to be carrying an EpiPen. We administered the pen, and his symptoms began to fade. Even though his swelling did not get worse, he still did not feel well and looked a bit like a balloon, so we all agreed to end the celebration early and head home. I felt like a jerk, and his friends were all upset that the party had to end and were blaming me for ruining the night. As it turns out, my boyfriend is very allergic to gelatin. We have not been dating more than a few months, and I had no idea about this allergy. He said that cake usually isn't a problem for him, which is why he didn't hesitate to eat the one I had brought. We called the bakery the next day, and apparently they do use gelatin in part of the icing on this particular cake. Okay. There's more to the story here, but okay. Okay. My boyfriend isn't mad at me for any of this because he knows that I did not intend to poison him and that I didn't even know about his allergy. But all of his friends keep saying how I ruined the celebration and that my ignorance almost killed him. They keep telling him that this incident is not the last and that he should end our relationship while he still can. I feel awful about making him sick, but am I the a-hole for it, even though it was an accident? We're going to bring Miles up to talk on this too. My first thoughts here are, he didn't tell her about the allergy. She didn't make the frickin' cake. The bakery didn't be like, oh yeah, by the way, in case somebody here has a gelatin allergy, it's used in this icing. It is ultimately on the person with the allergy, if they're a grown-ass adult, to make sure that they are careful with that allergy. That's my thoughts. I'm going to keep it there so that we can bring Miles on and have him talk a little bit about the story too. Ladies and gentlemen, Miles. Rocking the AITA shirt here too. Get it.
So the points you made on it were the same kind of lines I was thinking. Also, where did it go? Like all of those friends that like freaked out, if any of them had done it, I have a feeling they all would have backed each other up and been like, oh, wait, he didn't know. Or she didn't know. So I'm wondering why she didn't get the same treatment. Probably just because it was a fresh relationship, but...
Did the friends know?
Apparently the friends knew.
No, they didn't.
So here's the deal. Okay.
Okay, I wouldn't think the friends would flip out if they didn't know. Because then they would have been like, oh, wait, really?
Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. OP mentions at the beginning of the story, they were already trying to get rid of her. They were already trying. Like, Tony's giving his motions here. They were already trying to get rid of her. They just used this as an excuse. They didn't know. They didn't know about it. They could have been just as guilty for it, but because they were already trying to get ready for her because she's 20 and he's 25 and they're like, man, she's gonna hold you back, man. She can't even drink yet. She's gonna hold you back, man.
The drinking thing is definitely a big one of their points.
Guaranteed. Because they want to, yes.
They just want to drink and party with him. And when she's around, they can't do that.
Right. I mean, they could, but anyway, they were trying to get rid of her already. They just used this as additional ammo. They're attorneys, bro. What if they're already on a mission and you give them a good piece of ammo? What do you think is going to happen? Of course, this. But because it is so simple, it should be pretty easy to defend. It should be pretty easy to squash because it is so simple-minded. It is bullshit. And also, I think OP, you should take this back to him and be like, do you see what your friends are attempting to do here? And also, it's more important to your friends that they have you to hang out with and drink with and do lawyery things with than it is for you to have a relationship and happiness. What does that say to you about your friends? Exhibit A. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yes.
I'm trying to read chat here.
Friends are asked on one, and Ann Bracker says,
how do you like the stream? You double tap the screen.
Someone said it wasn't working for them earlier, so it may be a thing. Like bar's frozen? Cool.
It keeps freezing and unfreezing.
Okay. Is it dancing today again?
It wasn't dancing.
Not like it has in the past.
I don't think the technical issues are our fault today.
No, I TikTok's having trouble.
I don't think. What's okay? If you have any interesting allergies or conditions, whenever you begin a relationship with someone, do you immediately like list all those out for them?
Nope. I actually am lactose intolerant. And actually I'm pretty sure my last ex didn't even know that at all. Ever.
I'm going to die.
I know that, but that was one of those things.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know you're
Grown-ass man, you should be carrying an EpiPen with you.
If it can kill you, I'm going to ask,
Yeah.
hey, does this thing that I'm going to eat that I've never eaten before have the thing that's going to kill me?
Yeah, if it's bad enough that you need an EpiPen, you need to be carrying an EpiPen. And now that he's
Right.
used the stranger's EpiPen, he's got to pay them back the $20,000 they cost now if they're not covered by insurance, right? So,
oh yeah, that's probably digging a hole in his pocket there. So.
yeah, yeah. Congratulations! You're as soon as you open up your law firm, you now owe someone for the replacement cost of an EpiPen, and those are not cheap.
Nope.
Woof. Miles, thank you so much, brother. Good to have you. I think it is Canada covered. In Canada, it's covered. Thank God. There you go. A lot of insurance cover as well, but some don't. I mean, if you're uninsured trying to get that, man, I hear it's just terrible. I don't know how much it really is, but it's stupid. Caden Thunder, $750. There it is. Expensive. It's expensive, Cooper. We've got a good list of shows that we're trying to get to, but time is just tough. Now, I get it if you have like allergies or intolerances or that kind of thing. It's not the kind of thing you lead with. You're like, hi, I'd really like to date you, but before we get involved at all or eat a meal or touch, I should really tell you all these things that are wrong with me. It's not like not the best icebreaker. It could work. It could, but ultimately, if you have an allergy or some kind of condition that leads to a possibility that you need an EpiPen or that you need some kind of method to handle that in extreme cases, it's on you, and it's on you to make sure that you avoid things that could trigger it. He said cake is most of the time safe, which it means at least one point in time, a cake has not been safe for him. So, OP didn't know there was gelatin in the icing. Bakery didn't come out and be like, gelatin in this, watch out, red flags. So NTA, this is just ammo for them to try to get rid of you. And it's horseshit. Unfortunately, it could end up working. It has a very high likelihood of ending up working because he's spending so much time with him. So be warned. Be warned. The Peppermint Witch says, that's my brother, LOL. He's allergic to the planet. We had a guy who worked on our team for a while who was allergic to the sun. No shit. Not a vampire. Could have been, but allergic to the sun. It was allergic to the sun, bro. What? Okay, we are bouncing back to story 3.
Story number
7. Okay, we are bouncing all around here. Okay. Oh, man. And the note on this one says, this is the one I warned you about. I'm like, okay, good.
It's probably our last.
Okay. Yeah, we are running a little bit behind today. Sorry. Okay, our potentially last story for the public life today is a follower submission. So, OP, if you're in chat and you want to claim your story, you know what to do. The title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Threatening My Boss? Alexis, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you with us. Also, we're at 15 of 50 on our corgis here, which are going to unlock what? A cake story that we may not get to, but maybe in VIP. Cake and wedding story? Oh, snap. Okay. Important info before I get into the story. I have a 14-year-old daughter who is diagnosed on the spectrum. She uses and keeps with her an adult pacifier. It helps her break the habit of sucking her thumb, and it has helped boost her confidence. Now onward to the story. I, 34 male, work in a tire shop. I am a suspension and alignment mechanic and get great enjoyment out of what I do. However, my boss drives me insane. He is 63 and lives in a time that no longer exists. For example, his opinion matters most and should be the loudest. Has to know everybody's business, and thinks that yelling in the face of your neurodivergent, confrontation-avoiding employee is okay. One day at work, my boss comes back from running errands in town and starts talking to the customer we have in the shop. You know, I just saw the damnedest thing at the grocery store. Young girl couldn't have been more than 14 or 15 sucking on a pacifier. It was at this point I began to pay close attention to what he was saying. He continued, I couldn't believe it. A child that was holding a pacifier in their mouth. I'd be embarrassed to be seen with my child like that. Now, I know the parents probably make some excuses about how it keeps her calm. I'll tell you how to keep her calm. Slap that bitch. Yeah, that works. You jackass. It was slap that bitch. Just like that. Instantly, I had to fight back my temper. I myself am on the spectrum, plus have PTSD, and typically do not like confrontation, but this is my beautiful little girl that didn't do anything to my boss but be herself. I pulled out my phone and opened my home screen, which is a picture of my son and daughter. I held it up and asked my boss, is this the girl you saw? You could see the color drain from his face. He immediately began to backpedal. It wasn't your kids. I didn't see your ex with them. I wasn't the only one saying anything. I held my hand up for him to stop. I told him, I don't care whose child you did or didn't think it was. You have no right to be judging anyone, let alone staring at anyone's child. You damn sure shouldn't be calling a 14-year-old girl a bitch. My coworker D, whom I've known for 20 years, could see I was losing my temper. He came over, put a hand on my shoulder, and told me to go cool off before you do something stupid. He then told my boss it might be a good idea to leave me alone for a bit. After the customer left, my boss came up to me. He began with, I'm sorry, I embarrassed you. I cut him off in a slightly harsh tone, and I told him, the only person you embarrassed was yourself. You just pissed me off. I don't give a damn what your opinion is regarding my daughter. You had better never say a word about my family that includes my children's mother. You pay me to do a job, I do that job. My personal life is none of your business. If I ever hear or catch you saying anything about my family again, or if you retaliate against me over this issue, I promise you, lawyers, lawsuits, and the loss of your business will be the least of your worries. You can take that however you want. I walked away after that. That was in January. I still currently work there because the job market here is small. I will be getting out as soon as I can, but for now I'm stuck because I have to pay my bills. So, Dusty and my fellow Thunderheads, am I the asshole? P.S. Thank you for everything you do. You're the first person I have told about this. Until now, I have kept it to myself. Wow. Wow. Definitely NTA. And although my animation isn't going to work to show it here, I'm going to do it anyway. NTA, 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 spamming that button. Definitely not the asshole. Yes, you work for an asshole boss who needs to keep his dumbass opinions to himself. And for being neurodivergent and non-confrontational, you handled this just beautifully. I mean, for a non-confrontational person to hold their composure and say the words that you said, to speak from your heart the way that you did, and to hold your ground the way that you did, and not sheepishly cower or just let it go or let him browbeat you with his nonsense. I am proud of you for doing that, because that took a lot. And if anything is going to light that fire, it's someone attacking your kids. through words or otherwise, right? Your kids will be the one thing that light that fire inside of you to be able to unlock a level that you didn't know was there before. You went Super Saiyan. I am so sorry that you still have to be there. Hopefully, since then, how long ago was this? It was in January. Oh, wow. So 8 months later, here you still are. Apparently, he hasn't said shit about it since then because I feel like it would be included in your story here. But man, to just be there and have to look that person in the face every day, that takes a level of strength that I also commend you for. To not just cold cock him. You know what I mean? Just knock him out every time you see him. Just replaying what he said over and over and over and over and over again. Just know that you handled this beautifully. And if anything, I think here's a way that you can look at this. You showed this toxic person the ramifications of their words and their thoughts. And pain creates change. Hopefully, you created enough pain for him in that moment that you, even if you only have him second guess his thoughts before they come out of his mouth, even if only one time when he's about to say something stupid about somebody, he holds it back, you've made a difference in that person. And I don't want you to fully let go of the opportunity here to use this as a teaching moment and help someone who is ignorant right now gain some understanding. Yeah, it may be a lost cause. It may be. But there could be a way to turn this thing around. And you've already accomplished so much. Super proud of you. There's an opportunity to do even more here if you want. And if he's open to it. There's an opportunity to make an even bigger difference here. And that could be like huge game changing. It could be a huge deal. And it could take what is a really uncomfortable situation for you right now and turn it into a really positive environment for not just you, but for everybody. It may be highly unlikely, but it's possible. It is possible. 47th in ranking right now? Heck yeah. Unfortunately, we're ending the stream in 3 minutes, but heck yeah, that's awesome. For those of you who are VIPs, we are going to be spooling up here in probably 10, 15 minutes to do the VIP live. We're going to try to do it in the studio back here. If we can get everything working properly, we'll take a go. We'll take a go at it and see how it does. AMG, subscribe for the first time to become a member of the Storm. Let me give some thanks here real quick before we sign off. Lee, Dally Green, Angel, Dally, thank you for the story today, by the way. Honey Bear, Crystal Fox, JP, Serenity and Turmoil for the hand heart and the cat paws. Thank you so much. Monica Snake, Serenity with the Corgi as well. Diana with the Corgi cat, Ann Embracker, Jaden Keller, Coldrith Curtin, JP, Alexis, subscribe for the first time to become a member of the Storm. Ew, David. Welcome to the Storm. Carrie Lee, Shaz, Alma, Alicia. We got C. Larson, Coldrith, again, TLS, Lydia, Bobby, Joe Doyle, Tristan with all kinds of corgis, Elise with all kinds of corgis as well, Susan RS, Abel Lee, Diana Galvin, Pam K, Camp Mama, Susan RS, Jubilee, Bobby Joe again, Abel Lee, Tia M. Conway, Ann M. Bracker, Chris Museum Girl, Samantha Wank, Michelle Heather, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Ann, Jill, C. Sizzle, I see you, Becky Juice. We've got Paul and Angel here as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the love and support today and every time we do a stream. You guys always show up and you're just incredible to us. Steffi, resubbing to stay a member of the Storm. Ginger, thank you for the rose. Greatly appreciate that. Y'all are amazing. Combat Bear, you can join the VIP group by, what is it, star bottom left-hand corner? Is that right, Tony Spark? Okay, Yep, right next to the comment bar, there's a star that you can hit to join the team there. It'll give you information about what's included into there. The Corgi farts. The Corgi farts a heart. Nice. Classy. It's classy. Miss MacGyver resubbing to stay a member of the Storm here as well. That is awesome. Oh yeah, somebody was asking about the confetti. We aren't doing confetti cannons today because Luna is here and she would like stress shit all over the entire office. So we definitely don't want to do that. We don't want to relive the 4th of July around here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being with us today. And VIPs, we'll see you here in about 10 to 15 minutes. Look for the notification. See you soon. I give you music, but it doesn't work today. So So we'll just. Autumn Williams, Paul subscribing for the first time. Zara Alfalak, Zara subscribing for the first time as well. Welcome to the storm. We'll see you at the VIP and see all the rest of you here shortly. And thanks, guys.